Hey you guys, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Liz, and welcome to the Besties in the Books podcast.
Ooh,
hey.
Welcome. Hey. Who?
So, we haven't done one of these in a while, guys. We're really excited about it. So, buckle up for a spoiler-free episode. Today's episode is us just answering your guys' unhinged book questions that you sent in to us. So, these are book-related questions, tangentially book-related questions.
Yeah. Millennial media, what have you.
Whatever. You guys sent them in. We're going to answer them. And then we have a couple at the end that we came up with for each other. So the first round of these we did, like, literally back in, like, when our podcast first came out.
Yeah, second or third episode, probably.
Yeah. And so those were just questions we came up with for each other. So it's so fun that, like, now we have you guys to come up with them for us. That's so cool. So before we get into answering those, we just wanted to say thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank you so much for being here, you guys. For real. Taking time out of your day and your book to come chit-chat, hang out with us. And for those of you who were able to send us questions, freaking thank you. Yay. Make sure you're following us at Besties in the Books podcast on TikTok and Instagram so you don't miss out on your opportunity to contribute to polls, question boxes, so that we can read off your stuff that you want to know. Because this isn't just like a, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? No, these are unhinged questions. I want to make sure you guys understand that.
Yep.
Book-related questions that you, the people, want to know about us.
Yeah.
And I want to know about Liz, too, and she wants to know about me and all of that fun stuff. So thank you so much. Make sure you are subscribed and you're following anywhere you like to listen to your favorite podcast, including YouTube.
Yep.
Where you can just really feel like, you know, people are sending us their little stories tagging us and watching us, on Saturdays and Fridays and wherever days that they can just pop some popcorn, hang out, and it warms my heart. Yeah. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Thanks for letting us hang out with you in your living room, you guys.
It's amazing. I literally had someone DM me today. I talk with her a lot, and she told me that she went and bought headphones specifically so that she could go on walks and listen to our podcast.
Aww.
That's freaking cool.
You guys, that's so cool. Like, I'm walking with you right now on your walk.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for choosing us to listen to. It really means a lot. Mm-hmm. It does, because we're trying, we're working really hard over here to bring you guys some fun entertainment, and I feel like it's resonating, and I love it. So thank you guys so much.
We love it.
So much.
So, all right. Let's do our faves and fails of the week. Let's kick it off with a good old fave and fail.
Yeah.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first this time?
I'm pretty sure I went first last time, if I remember right. So you go for it.
Okay. All right. Guys. Okay, we're going to start with my fave because the fail is crazy. Like, I did not tell you about this week because I was saving it, but then also because I just didn't want to overwhelm your ears with this insane story. Okay. So we'll start with my fave. So my fave was, yesterday me and my sister went Halloween decoration shopping. Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Which we do every year. Like, we kind of started making it a thing where we go to brunch and we go see a movie, and then we go to to Spirit Halloween and Michael's and Joann's and whatever, and just see what there is to see. Honestly, this year I felt like it was really bad, guys. I don't know if you're out there shopping for Halloween decor, but it's not looking so good. I'm like, what they're coming out with is not great.
Yeah. I've only seen people's reels and stuff, and it feels like try hard is the best way to describe it. They're going too far to try to make things Halloween-y. Becoming
it's weird.
Cheesy.
Well, it's cheesy, and it's like I told Christina, when we were at Target, I was like, why does it everywhere just feel like the dollar store now? Yeah, it's that's what it looks like. It's why does everything just look like trash, So,
and there's so much AI crap that's happening right now too. It's so sad.
Yeah. So, was that great? No. However, I had a blast just shopping with her, and we went and saw, the movie that we saw, which I have to tell you guys to go watch because it was so freaking good. It's called My Old Ass. It is basically the premise, without giving anything away, is it's about an 18-year-old girl and her friends, and they decide to take mushrooms and see what happens. And so it's funny, but it's also one of those kind of coming of age endearing stories too. When she is high on mushrooms, she gets visited, and this never really gets explained, but it's okay because it's not important. She gets visited by her older 39-year-old self. And
that's funny.
Her 39-year-old self gives her advice on what she would have done differently at that age.
Oh. Interesting.
And it's really good. I feel like if you're in our age range, I think that it would really hit, like it hits pretty hard because it's like that idea, like if you now could talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell her? And it was just really good. So we saw that. So you guys should go watch that.
Yeah.
I got a couple cute, like little decorations or whatever. Nothing too major. But yeah, so that was my fave. Good times were had by all. Yeah. And then, my fail of the week, guys. It's like,
buckle up.
Okay, so seriously. Okay, so you know how printers are like the bane of our existence here on the podcast and in the world?
Yep.
Okay, so in my business world, the bane of my existence is a landline phone.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's stupid. Like, literally, it's so stupid. So I have had, for the first 5 years I was open, I had the same phone number. When we moved business locations, so I didn't close down or anything, we just moved locations, AT&T, and I had to switch to Optimum because AT&T didn't service the new building that I was in. Between the two of them, they lost my phone number. That's what they said, okay?
Yeah. This
is after it's printed on our business cards, our brochures. It's on the website. I had someone come down and literally paint it on the front windows. You know what I mean? They lost our phone number, so we had to get another phone number. This was 3 years ago when we moved. Okay? So here I am on Saturday. I've got some extra time in my day because I had a short day. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to Verizon because I need a new cell phone. Like, I haven't gotten a new phone since 2020. Yeah. Because I hate getting phones. I hate dealing with that. Yeah. But they were doing, like, this promotion on the new 16 Pro or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to go get a new phone finally. Yeah. So I go down there. They're super helpful, whatever. It was great. I had a good experience. Like, no shade to them. They're like, they set everything up. Everything's good. And they're like, well, why don't you have a business account? And I'm like, I don't know why I don't have a business account. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, what would the cost be if I got a business account? They tell me that basically to have all of my, like, personal devices and all of my business devices would be, like, exponentially cheaper than me paying separately for Optimum. Okay. So I'm like, cool, let's do it. Like, why? You know what I mean? I hate Optimum. They're terrible anyway. So, like, let's just switch. So we get everything set up. We switch me all over. It's all good. It's fine. And then they're like, okay, all you have to do is you just have to call Optimum and you have to get them to release your phone number.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I'm like, okay, because I'm sitting there with the Verizon guy who's super helpful. And so he's like, I'll sit here with you while you do it. If they need to talk to me, give the phone to me. I'm like, cool. I'm thinking, how bad could it be?
Oh, no.
Okay, we call. They hang up on us, I want to say twice, before we finally get through to the person that we need to talk to, okay? I'm like, hey, all we need is just your guys' permission. I guess with most phone companies, they give you a PIN number that, like, Verizon would have to enter to switch your phone number over so that I don't have to change my business phone number again, you know? Literally, this is what they tell me. And this is not even me exaggerating at all. I can't give you permission to release this phone number because you're not on the account for this phone number.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, but I'm the only one. It's only me. Yeah.
It's only you.
That's what I said. I said, I don't have a business partner. I don't have anybody. Like, literally, it could only be me. There's no one. Okay, he proceeds to tell me that the phone number was actually disconnected in January, and now it's someone else's phone number.
What?
Yes.
That one that people have been calling you on still. Mm-hmm. That you've been still receiving calls from since January. It is now, for those listening and need a reminder, September. October. Yeah. It's October.
Yeah. So
10 months?
And that's what I said. I said, and I've been paying my bill also, mind you, through autopay. So I'm like, so this phone number that's been disconnected, I'm like, so why is it that when we call it right now, it literally goes to my voicemail?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what to tell you. You know, that number was disconnected in January and it's now belongs to like a guy. And I literally would have thought I was being scammed if I didn't know I was talking to Optimum.
Were you like on speaker with the Verizon guy sitting right there?
Yeah, and we're looking at each other.
What is his reaction?
We're looking at each other like, what in the actual heck
is this how they hold people hostage?
Yeah,
like,
they must be, right? And so I was like, that's literally impossible. Like, and so I told the Verizon guy, I was like, can you call on your phone and just check and make sure it goes to my voicemail right now? Because I don't call myself very often, right?
Yeah.
Calls, he's like, yeah, it literally goes right to your voicemail. I'm like, of course it does. Like, not right to my voicemail, but it rings and it goes to my voicemail.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay. So I tell the guy that. I'm like, so I don't know what to tell you, but this is it. He's like, well, I can call the new person that your phone number goes to now and have them see if they'll give permission for us to release it back to you.
You're like, yeah, sure, okay. Hello, yes.
That's what I said. I was like, do I need to drive to my work from Verizon? I told him, I said, except for no one's going to answer because I'm at Verizon right now.
Because it's a landline. Yeah.
I'm like, this is the craziest thing. So I said, okay, fine. Because at this point, they've already lost my phone number once. They already caused me immense distress the last time. So I told him, I said, you know what? Screw it. I was like, just cancel everything, which should be super easy since I don't have a phone number anyway. Yeah. And he goes, he gets all kind of like annoyed at me. And then he's like, oh,
that's funny.
I'll have to transfer you to the business retention program. I said, great. This is after being on the phone with him and Verizon, like sitting there in front of me for probably like an hour and a half. And he transfers me over to the business retention program. And they're like, we're only open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically where it's at right now is the Verizon guy tells me, he's like, so I put in a request to transfer this phone number without them giving us permission or code or anything. We'll see what happens. All you can do is plug in your Verizon phone and see if it works within 10 business days. And if not, then I'm going to have to just cancel it altogether and get a new phone number for the third time.
Yeah. Jeez.
But it's like, I'm so beaten down at this point after 8 years of owning this business that I'm like, who cares? Just cancel it all.
Yeah, cancel it all.
I'm like, because naturally what would happen when I try to just do something simple, like transfer my phone number over, you'll literally tell me it doesn't exist.
So that customer service guy was just lying and trying to call your bluff. So you call his bluff and he's like, oh, crap. Send you to somebody that's not there on the weekends. Yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's my cautionary tale. If you can avoid Optimum at any cost, please do that.
Yeah. Jeez. Because there's no fallback, like, as opposed to Verizon, that's like a bigger organization who...
No, because AT&T is who we had before, and they can't service the building that we're in now for some reason. Yeah. So...
I've never even heard of Optima.
Yeah. They're
with good reason.
Yeah. So, you know, I would have gotten Verizon before because that's what my phone is through, like my cell phone is through, and I've always had good service with them. But they didn't offer internet to businesses until very recently. Right. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, if my business phone number just drops off the planet, now we know why.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Wow.
So
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Technology.
I know.
It's always going to be our fail. And guess what? That's what I have this week.
Yeah.
A technology fail.
Of course. Okay, let's hear it.
Listen. We had a terrible week, me and my family, and I don't want to talk about all that. So I'm talking about something superficial and annoying as my fail. Because life, So, okay. My fail this week is Liz and I filmed 2 episodes last week, okay? And back to back. And for some reason, the first episode we filmed, and I don't know, we're on FaceTime and balloons just popped up out of nowhere.
If you see my face like looking like this, that's probably why. Because I'm like, what's happening?
I don't even know how I did that or how to do it again. Anyways, I'm like going and editing it. I'm on a way to a quick weekend trip. And I'm editing in the car, and all of a sudden, just my mic is super staticky and crazy, but you can still hear me talking. And I'm like, what the heck? For like just a 9-minute chunk of our faves and fails last week. So I'll explain. And then one little segment. So the fail is, I don't even know what happened because I already edited. The second episode was Harry Potter. That one was fine. So something weird happened with my mic. Liz thinks it's the Harry Potter gods pissed that we didn't love it as much as they did. And You know, it is what it is. The good news is I figured it out, kind of. Like, I buffered and buffed out and scrubbed out the static as much as I could. So hopefully you guys didn't notice too much of a difference. My audio just during the faves and fails is a little bit different, but not too bad. So it was just like, of course I'm like on this trip, and now things aren't running smoothly like they should. We've had such a terrible, crazy week. We're literally down to the wire uploading that, but we're still getting it up. And it's there for you. So we work through blood, sweat, and tears to make sure you guys get these episodes every week. So thank you for listening, okay? Because you don't see the behind the scenes where we're freaking out, pulling our hair, and using software that takes forever to get that crap out of there. So what is my favorite
But she did
week?
it. She did it. Applause for Ashley.
Yeah. Thank you. Against all odds. Always. My favorite of the week is just that we made it through, you know? Made it through.
We survived.
Okay, I'll say this. We have the puppy, right? And puppy times are hard. As much as we love them, they are hard. But I will say that she is such a good dog. Aww. And she is such a good family dog already. You know when you can tell. I have a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old. And the 3-year-old, we are teaching her to respect the dog as much as possible. She's a total animal kid though, like loves. And she will randomly walk up to that dog and kiss her on the head. Aww. And the dog doesn't even flinch. No. Like, she'll randomly run off the couch up to the stairs. The dog doesn't phase her whatsoever. And I've been around dogs that like it already, like they're like, like they go nuts anytime there's sudden movements. And no matter how chill we try to make our 3-year-old, you can only do so much with a 3-year-old, you know? Yeah. So, and she'll go and like lay next to her and just look at her, and I don't leave them unattended or anything, you know, but she'll just like, they just love each other, and it's just so sweet.
I can't wait. So, I get to meet her in 2
giving
weeks.
her props. Yeah.
Yay.
You know?
Yeah. I'm so excited.
That's crazy.
I can't even believe it. 2 weeks. I'll be down there in 2 weeks.
Oh,
it's flying by.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I love that. So, all right. Should we just get into these unhinged book questions that you guys sent in?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm excited.
Okay, so let me just preface this by saying, like, you guys are thirsty as hell. Like, you just want to know, like, who we would do. That's all you guys want to. Yeah, that's it. So, it cracked me up. I was laughing when I was writing these, when I was typing these in. I was like, you guys. We love it, though. Funny. It's so fun. Okay, so the first question actually was pretty interesting. So it was just like a kind of an easy one. So I decided to make it the first question. What's the spiciest book that you've ever read?
Well, it doesn't mean it has to be good spice.
No, it doesn't.
But the spiciest, because it was almost the entire book. I think you all know what I'm going to say. And it's a Court of the Vampire Queen.
Yeah, totally.
That's the name of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It was like, I want to say every other chapter, maybe every chapter.
Yeah.
Spicy, spicy, spicy all around.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it was good, though.
I was kind of like on the fence about this because, yeah, as far as frequency goes, I do think that Court of the Vampire Queen would probably win. As far as like taboo or like unhinged romance, you know, it's like we kind of have to hand that to like the Haunting Hunting Adeline duo still.
I haven't read that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to think if there's other ones.
Oh, you know, my second probably most spicy book I've ever read is probably Split or Swallow.
Oh, yeah. But that
by Miss Lindsay
That was
Straub.
just so good. It's almost like...
Yeah. But there's a lot of spice in it, and there's some taboo. Is it taboo? Yeah, I always mix up with
monster,
the meaning of taboo.
like taboo.
Yeah, monster romance. You know, there's some different elements going on.
Okay, so we'll say that. We'll say Court of the Vampire Queen, which we both rated fairly low. That was mostly for frequency.
Yeah.
Split or
Star
Swallow.
rating was low.
Yeah. If you want something that's actually really good and has a lot of spice in it.
And very frequent. Yeah.
And then if you're wanting something that's just like a little bit more on the like quote unquote unconventional side, then the Cat and Mouse duet would be good for you.
There you go.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I feel like Hollow's Road trilogy is really spicy and more so in the I don't want to say unhinged because that gives it a negative connotation, but like a little bit more in that like unconventional space, you know? Yeah, but it was also really good. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, do you have the next? Do you have the next one for me? Yeah,
my turn. So the people want to know: F, marry, kill the Hocus Pocus witches. So we got Winifred, we got Sarah, and we got, I always forget the first
Winnie,
one or the third one.
No, Winnie's the main lady. Winnie's
red hair.
Yeah,
Sarah Parker.
Yeah.
Third.
I don't remember
always
her
forget
name.
her name.
I don't remember her
always.
name either.
And it always makes me so mad when I remember it because I'm like, obviously.
Yeah, let's see.
It's like on the tip of my tongue. People are screaming at us right now.
I know.
Scream it through the past at me. Let's go.
Mary.
Yeah. Every time.
Yeah.
Mary.
All right.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, just on the fly here, I would say, oh, that's really hard. I would say I would probably F Sarah,
Yeah.
marry Mary, which might surprise you, and kill Winifred because I feel like she's too power hungry.
Yeah, literally the same answer for me.
Yeah.
Sarah, obviously.
Yeah.
She's a hot lady. Okay? And she's fun and she's silly.
Yeah.
So F. Mary because she's like more calming. She's got
Yeah.
that calming witch energy, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Calming circles. And then Winnie, she just gets a little too much for me. I love her. She's probably my favorite, but not to actually like be around.
24/7, like all the time. Yeah.
24/7
too much.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I love
So there
that.
you go. There's your answers, guys. All right, hit me with another one.
Okay. So this is a good one. Would you want to live out the Nesta, Cassian, Azriel fantasy? So we're assuming that means everyone all together. So live out would mean that it would be like me and Nesta and Cassian and Az. So it'd be like at that point, I guess, an orgy.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, would you want to live that out in a fantasy world? Sure, why not?
Yeah, in real life is a no.
Now, in real
for
life
me.
is a no. We don't got time or
No,
energy for
I
that.
don't.
In
No sharing for me.
no.
Yep.
But because I mean, really, truly, Cassian would be fine. Like, would be enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and Azriel, I mean, come after me for this, whatever. Azriel's not really my type,
Yeah.
personally. Nesta is, so that's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, because it's a fantasy world where, why not?
Yeah.
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 Are you going with same?
I can't even decide if in a fantasy world I'd want. It seems like too much. Overstimulated. Literally. You know?
Too intense. Okay, well then you have to pick one. Nesta, Cassian, or Az.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making that up. That's not the actual question.
Yeah, sure. I'll just go with Cassian.
Cassian, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. We can respect that.
Azriel TBD. Like, we still don't know enough.
Yeah, he's fine, but I think that might be what it is. Like, he's just, we don't know enough about his
I
personality.
think he'd be too angsty.
Yeah, he's a
like,
little angsty. He's a little angsty. I like that Cassian's a little bit more fun.
As in high school, I would have loved the Azriel. Like,
Yeah.
angsty.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sideswept. I just think of him as super emo.
Like Davey Havoc.
Which
he's like the
everybody,
Davey Havoc.
There's a time and a place.
Of
I
the Bad
love
Boys.
Davey Havoc.
Yeah, me too.
But, as who I am as a person right now, no, I don't got time to listen to his poems. So, he would have them. He'd be the one.
Yeah, well, it definitely wouldn't be Cassian, and Reese doesn't have time for that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hear the next one.
All right. They want to know Resend. That dude. Beast form. Smash or pass.
In the beast form. Well, okay. I have questions about
It's pretty brutal. Yeah. Have you looked it up?
I haven't looked it up.
I mean, that's fan art. We don't get a full description, but look it up.
I'm going to look it up really quick.
It's very spindly, if you will.
Spindly? What?
He has a lot of spikes and such.
Okay. All right. What is Pinterest doing? I don't want to see any of this. I just want to see Reese in his beast form. Okay.
Obviously.
Okay, let's see here. Well, I have questions about it because
all right.
Would you also be in a beast form? Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, like, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if you just can't even anatomically make that happen. Yeah. Are we talking about this guy? I feel like you won't.
That's what I was imagining.
You can't even like really see him, but like
that's what I would imagine. You would have to also be in a beast form.
Yeah, and then
because
smash
like
100%.
Let's not make it weird. I guess
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in a beast form too. Yeah, I mean, hello.
He looks fun.
Yeah,
he looks fun. He looks scary.
Vibes.
He looks scary, and like just. You take a bite right out of you.
Because that's what we're talking anytime we're talking smash or pass. You're like, if you're in the coordinating, obviously,
coordinating
situation.
body. 180?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Then, yeah.
otherwise, how?
Of course.
Like, literally how?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any sense. Magic, that's
You're
how.
dead.
Dead.
Would you like to die doing this? No.
No.
Pass.
Yeah, not worth it. But if you were in beast form or if somehow magic made it possible, then sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everybody could agree on that.
I wouldn't be scared of him, I don't think. I mean, I say that now.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you have to be held to these answers.
Oh, okay. So I saw this on a reel and I put this one in here because technically you guys didn't send it in, but it's a question that's just floating around the fandom, so I had to put it in.
Yeah.
So, okay, we just have to hash this out. So, how do you think that the Bat Boys fly? Like,
is it arms above? Or is it arms back? Is it swimming? Is it arms out? Like Titanic style? No.
Well, the thing is, normally I would think, well, it's got to be Superman style, right? Like,
no.
Well, this is what I thought. I thought it has to be Superman style, but then they routinely carry people in their arms, so that doesn't make any sense. That rules out Superman
they
style.
Do not. Yeah. I wonder if they make fun of each other for the way that they fly.
Well, because I picture like, okay, if you're going to carry someone, it's like Cassian swoops up Nesta and he's holding her like a baby.
It's like Bucket.
Yeah, like a bucket.
I think of Bucket. Like, you're thinking of hip.
I'm thinking of, no, not like.
Then that's one arm. Hand on your, just get on my hip. Let's go.
No, it's like
Superman does that.
You carry.
I think of Bucket, like a scoop.
Yeah, like a scoop. Like you carry a bride through the threshold, like that.
Yeah, that's how I think.
Okay,
of it.
so yeah, but then so you shoot up into the air. You shoot up, but then once you're up there, are you just now moving? Are you just moving to the side?
Yeah.
Still carrying like that? That's
you
so
think their
weird.
arms are the steering wheels? Like, I don't think that's how flying works. I'm no expert. I'm no Wright brother here.
But like, imagine you're passing someone when you're flying in the air.
It probably creates some aerodynamic resistance. However, they're strong boys.
They are strong. It's like, and their wings are strong. We know, but it's like, but imagine you're just like, you're not doing anything with your arms except for just holding this person.
It's different. They're not birds. They got their wings come out here. So
I know.
It's different.
I know, but I'm thinking more like.
But let's think they're not carrying anything.
Okay.
That's what's funnier to me.
Then I feel like they could just fly like a bird. Yeah, exactly.
It's just like their arms are just like flapping in the wind, like behind them, blah, 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 like a fish. Blah, 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 blah. They're probably like always holding something cool like a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Or some swords.
Yeah.
Because they're tired of everybody making fun of the way
their
that they
arms
fly.
I don't know what to do with my arms. They're just.
What about like this?
They're just flapping around.
Just like the punch, the 1-2 punch. So they're punching one in the air and they're ready for the other one.
That's a very superhero too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very superhero. Mm-hmm. I think they just have them back. Because that would be good at aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Think about when you're swimming underwater, if you're not actively swimming with your arms, you just have your hands back. Just like that. I think it's just like that. We cracked the code.
I think that, one day, whenever they finally, figure it out and make ACOTAR into a TV series or a movie series, they better figure that out. Because that could be so cheesy so fast. But then I think, though, like, when you're watching, Henry Cavill be Superman, that's like, it has its corny moments, but overall, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting there thinking, wow, that looks really weird and corny, but he also doesn't have wings. He's just kind of shooting out.
Then you need your arms. Then you need steering, I think. But then I don't think you need your arm movements. I think you could just be like leaning to the left.
I just picture like, because when you don't know what to do with your arms, they just do weird stuff. I was just picturing the Bat Boys just with their hands on their hips.
Just flying around. Or what about like, you ever catch yourself walking around the house with like one hand?
Yes.
And they're just flying like that. And it's just like. And then you're like, oh, why am I doing that? Yeah.
Yeah. I know. So, do you guys have an idea? Let us know what you think. How do the Bat Boys fly? Because I feel like it's hard to picture. But when you're reading it, you're picturing it and it's fine.
Well, you're not like. I don't know. I guess you're just not thinking in detail about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're not concerned with the aerodynamics and such, but I feel that it would translate very corny onto the screen unless it was done just right.
Yeah. Make or break. Make or break. All right. Would you still smash your number one book boyfriend if he had your biggest ick? So, Hunt is your number one, right? From Crescent City.
Yeah.
Hunt with an earring, playing the violin, throwing away your makeup. What's your other icks?
He gave me a hook hand.
He gave you a hook hand? Would you still smash him?
Yeah.
Earring
but
glinting.
but I'd be really, really bummed about the hook hand. Like, I'm not going to lie. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But you still would.
I still would. Yeah. What about you if Reese had a tail?
Pass. Hard
Really?
pass. Hard pass.
Oh my God.
You guys do not understand. When it comes to me and skin tails, I'm out. I'm out. His beast form tail is different. It's different. It's dragony. The skin
and
tail,
it goes
rat
with his
tail,
body.
tail tuft. I've had enough.
Really? Even if he was like, you already met him, he saved you from the scary guys. He was like, "Hello, Ashley, darling," and then you're like, "Nope, get out of here."
Blech! Throw up.
Oh my
Vomit.
gosh.
I can't do it. I'm out.
Here I am letting
my
Hunt
biggest ick.
chop off my hand. and he's wearing an earring.
Divorce. Immediate.
Jail. Just go to
Jail. I can't
love
do
that.
it. Sorry for those of you who have tails. I don't know.
Sorry if that's offensive, but it is what it is. Okay, so
what I said.
Those were all questions from you guys. So should we now move on to our section of questions we came up with for each other?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to start.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with this one. Let's set the scene.
Okay.
You're whisked away to the fairy realms. Okay, so nowhere specific, but we'll just say wherever that is the most desirable to you. So Valaris, whatever.
Okay.
However, you've now been living there for a year, and there's no Fae Lord or Shadow Daddy that has come to claim you as his own. You have not been identified as the chosen one. You don't have a dragon. You don't have any magic. And it's been a year of just hanging out.
All right.
Do you keep trying and stay there with the high hopes that it'll pan out, or do you come back to the real world?
Oh, I freaking stay there.
Okay.
Without hesitation. I was just having a little shack in my little garden. That's what I want in real life. I imagine out of all the fantasy places, I go back to like my first childhood. Like that's where I envision when I want to have somewhere peaceful in my life. It's like a very fairy forest. It's like cute little animals and like cool. Unless like crazy crap's happening that's like dangerous. Then
It's more just like you're transported to this place and you have these high hopes that all these things will happen and then just kind of nothing happens.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll just have a peaceful life making sourdough bread. And
that's kind of what I thought too.
Live the life of the frog and the toad.
Yeah.
Who's complaining?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you agree.
I agree.
All right. Cool.
All right, what do you
All
got
right,
for me?
Liz. This isn't book related, but it is my millennial media relation. Okay. So this is an F, marry, kill.
Oh, God.
Ross Geller.
Oh. Okay.
Raymond, as in everybody loves. Corey Matthews from Boy Meets World.
If I was in high school.
Yeah, well, it's his college age. He's a college later. You know,
okay, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it that long.
Corey. Okay, yeah, it goes on and on and on.
Okay,
it
goes
worse.
on forever.
It goes on for worse, and he gets worse every season.
Okay, so everybody loves Raymond, Ross from Friends, and Corey from Boy Meets World.
As an adult, yeah.
As an adult, okay. I think I would marry Raymond.
Okay, interesting.
Because he is silly, but he's a good husband. Mm-hmm. Despite his flaws. I think that I would F Ross. Mm-hmm. As much as I don't want to, I still would, given the options. I think I would kill Corey because I never felt a connection to him.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and Ross is problematic. I'll say it here. Because the more I watch that show, and I love Friends, don't get me wrong. I watched it a billion times. I watch it all the time. I love it. Ross is... he would be a nightmare of a boyfriend, husband / ex-boyfriend for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all three evils in my book. So I would kill them all. But since I can't, no, and Ross is hilarious in his own way. He's super toxic.
It's
so interesting as adults now that we're like, wait a second. And same thing with Corey. I mean, I didn't ever was, but Topanga was so much better than him. And the way he got worse and worse, like I said, in the seasons, because I watched it all the way on repeat.
Oh, okay.
And in college, he very much tried to keep her down, was very threatened by her brains and her beauty and everything, and she still stuck with him against her better judgment.
Did they get married? I don't know how it turned out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got married and everything, and he was just the worst. So I would have to, even though I wouldn't want to because he seems so gross, F Raymond, because I couldn't live with him my entire life. Ross, I feel like he's funny enough that okay.
You get divorced. That's the whole joke with her.
I mean, then it's fine, I guess. I don't have to marry him for that long. And then and then I would kill Corey because he's just, at the end of the day, I think the other guys mean well. Corey, I think, is just toxic masculinity wrapped in his terribleness.
Issues.
It's more sinister too with Corey.
Yeah.
Because he's that young love, first love that wants to hold you back from growing. Yeah. Whereas the other guys, Raymond's just annoying to me, and Ross is toxic, but funny about it.
And he's well intentioned. I don't think that he's evil.
He loves too hard.
Yeah,
all those things. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
There you go. Glad we got that squared away.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. This is a good one. You have to save the realm. I don't know why, but you're in a dire situation, and it's all up to you to save the realm from utter destruction. But you have to kill either Abraxos or Fenris. Who do you kill?
Oh, that just hurt my heart. So don't worry, I have a really mean question for you next, too. Oh, man. My sweet summer children. They are.
Sweet summer children. My answer is Dobby.
Okay.
I'd kill Dobby.
I was like, he doesn't even go to this school. Okay. I will have to... I'm going to get hate either way, so I'm going to get hate for myself. I'm going to have to save Abraxas. Because I'm thinking of it as whose storyline do I want to read more to continue? And it would be Abraxas. I'm sorry. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, I would agree. Not because I ever in any circumstance would ever want Fenris to get killed off, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve to die. He doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think that I would choose Abraxos because of the fact that I just, he's Manon's companion. She deserves to have him.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
And also, I still want to know why he loves the flowers, and all his backstory. I want a prequel to Abraxas.
Yeah, totally. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, but I had to throw it in there.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit you now in the face.
Great. In the face.
Right through the screen. You have to kill off one main Throne of Glass character. Who would it be? So not a Fenris or an Abraxas. I'm talking a main player here.
Oh, I know exactly
any of the top ones. Let me see if I'll allow it. Let's go.
Who do you think I'd kill? Because I know with 100% certainty.
Can't be a villain. Has to be
no.
It's
not.
I'm gonna guess you'd say Dorian. Wow,
it's Dorian. Ding, ding, ding.
If this was the best friends who knows each other better, I would win.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I hate Dorian? Absolutely not. Do I feel like Dorian needs to die? No. However, if I'm given the options of all of the people and I have to kill one off, to me, Dorian's he's low man on the totem pole. That's just is who it is.
I will preface my answer by saying I liked him at the end. The story's fine, all that. I understand it and such. At the beginning, I'll never forget, though. So
the beginning, I'll never forget. So rest in peace.
And also, he is one of the mortals, so he doesn't have a lot of time anyways. So I'd have to kill off Kale. Or Chow, as we so fondly say.
I disagree respectfully because I feel like he's so integral to the plot. However, he could.
I'm not saying we have to kill at any certain point. I'm going to wait till the end.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my god, it would be brutal. It would be so brutal.
All of the choices are pretty brutal, though.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know that I'd miss Dorian that much. Truly.
Yeah, and I'm done with Kale. So I see Dorian. I want to I want a man in him to go have a thing. So
I know, I do too. But I feel like she can't be tied down.
Yeah, that too. No, a side thing, like a fun,
like
thing.
a side thing, like a fun. He's a fling.
Yeah, a fun fling,
Yeah,
an ongoing fun fling.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Okay, here. I can't even talk. Here's the last one that I have for you.
All right.
Would you rather be forced to read the entire Massiverse over and over until the end of time and nothing else?
Forced. Okay.
And nothing else, though. So you can't
Okay.
ever read anything else. You start at Throne of Glass, you end at The Last Crescent City, and then if a new book comes out, you can add that in, but you just have to keep going over and over until the end of time. Or you don't have to do that, but you know that you will never read anything as good ever again.
Well, I'm already living that life, so. No, I'd rather read it over and over for the end of time.
Yeah, me too. Me too, because then at least you know that you're reading something great.
Look and you rereading ACOTAR, you're finding stuff. I'd come up with a formulation. People have read each one 5 times,
Yeah.
I just spaced it out a little bit more. You gotta work smarter, not harder. All that.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't wait for you to progress in Plated Prisoner, because I feel like it's so good. It's definitely ACOTAR level, and so I think you're just gonna eat it up.
It's so weird that I only read the first book, and I had a dream that I was in that world last night, and I haven't read it in 3 weeks. It was so weird. It was trippy.
Interesting.
It was trippy. I think because when I was going to bed, I saw something from the author, and so maybe it made me think about it. I don't know. Planted a seed.
I will say, if you guys ever have, Massiverse hangovers and you need something, Plated Prisoner, I always recommend, and then Crowns of Nyaxia, Serpent in the Wings of Night.
That one's really good.
Yeah. Those two
for
are
sure.
really good. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Okay, what do you got?
24 hours in a room with, you have to pick one, Voldemort, Umbridge, or Wormtail. Who would you suffer through?
Voldemort, for sure.
Done. Easy.
Yeah. Because I feel like Umbridge, I don't want to be stuck in a room with her. No.
Her clearing of her throat, the high-pitched clearing. And
Wormtail's
manipulation.
gross.
Yeah, and
I can't
just nasty.
deal. He's nasty. Honestly, Voldemort, I'd be like, Voldy, let's sit down.
Yeah.
And let's have a conversation, and I want to know more about you. Just tell me about yourself. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, how were you bested for 7 years?
Well, I wouldn't want to make him mad.
I mean, that's true. I'd say that for the last 5 minutes, and then run out the door, so he doesn't turn on me. Touchy subject.
How are you terrible at being a villain? Please explain. But no, I would love to know a lot more about his history and just himself in general. So I feel like we could accomplish a lot in that time.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Same thought.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So should we wrap this up with a little shout out to someone who gave us a review?
First of all, we want to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day, not only to listen to us, but rate and review us. Leave us a little 5-star and leave us a little sentence or two if you so choose. It means so much to us, and I've heard in the podcast world that helps a lot with helping our name get out there. So thank you so much for taking time out to review. We would like to start picking random reviews to read aloud to the audience as a way of just saying thank you and a shout out back to you for the shout out. Shout out. Just keep giving and taking and taking and giving. So this
giving
one
and receiving and giving.
So this one goes to the first review that we ever got. It was over on Apple Podcasts, and it is from Goldie727, which I think that if that's a derivative of the Instagram name, I think I know who it is. So shout out to you. Thank you so much. So they left us 5 stars, and they said, every time I listen to Besties in the Books, I feel like I'm talking about my favorite books with my friends. I laugh out loud and even find myself chiming in with my own opinions, even though I am the only one that can hear myself. These ladies are so fun, and I absolutely don't mind taking time out of my day and my books to hang out with them. Aww. I love the extra fun games they do besides talking about the books they've read. Between them and my audiobooks, it helps the workday go by so much quicker, which is what we love. Easily my favorite book podcast. Oh,
That's amazing. Thank you
so much. Like, it really means so much to us that what we're trying to do here is landing. You know, it's coming across.
Yeah.
We want to just hang out with you guys wherever you're at, have some vibes, have some jokes, talk about things that we love, and roast things that we don't.
Yeah. Water cooler of the future, panning
Water
out.
cool of the future. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Love it.
Yes. Now time for another fan favorite.
Smash or
One
pass.
round of Smash or Pass. Ooh.
Okay. Want me to go first this time, or are you going to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. So, a little backstory for this one, if you guys are unfamiliar. So, Ashley has had a crush on Vince Vaughn since we were mere children.
Youngins. Yeah.
Youths.
Questionably so.
Questionably so. Like, I remember being like, really? He's the guy?
Yeah.
Like, when we were in high school, you know, you're like, love Vince Vaughn. Okay. So, I'm making you choose.
And
So
it
it's
wasn't
not-
even young Vince Vaughn. It was like already, he was dodgeball like time. So he was already in his 30s for
So
sure.
this is like you have to choose a Vince Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're choosing between Vince Vaughn in Dodgeball or Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers.
Well, dodgeball was an awakening, so I'm going to have to go with dodgeball. Yeah.
I love it. I was like, I can't do a smash or pass with Vince Vaughn, even though I want to, because I know it would always be smash. So I'm like, how can we make this interesting? I love that you pick him in Dodgeball. That's so...
Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah.
It's good time.
I don't like the player vibes, too. He's hilarious in Wedding Crashers, but that's not the style.
He's
that I'm
so
into.
funny in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, he's
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
He's funny in everything.
Yeah,
He's
it's
great.
true. It's
I mean, I
true.
haven't watched any of his new stuff from like 5 years or sooner. So
Yeah.
everything pre that, though, gets an
Yeah.
A+.
A+.
He is actually really good in Psycho when he was younger. He was good in that.
I don't think I ever saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, he's creepy.
Cool.
His vibes.
All right.
Yep.
What do you have for me?
All right. I saw this. This was Instagram inspired.
Okay.
Papa Smurf in his blue form. This is more for the people.
That's a pass for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, guys, okay, so we've been doing, obviously, our Harry Potter series. We talk a lot about what we were and weren't allowed to watch when we were kids. I wasn't allowed to watch Smurfs.
What? That's so funny.
Because of the
Why?
magic. Because of the magic.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The same reason I wasn't allowed to have troll dolls.
Oh, yeah. I have my
Yeah.
troll dolls right here.
Yeah.
I was totally allowed to have because nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
And I got it. Sorry. I'm rubbing
No.
it in your face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
okay. I was never allowed to have troll
Oh,
dolls,
that's so
and I wasn't allowed to
sad.
watch the Smurfs, and so for that reason, it's a pass because I have no idea what his personality is, and so
Yeah.
it has to be a pass. But we'll be curious to hear what you guys have to say about that.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for sending in your questions. This was so
Thank
much
you.
fun. We hope to do it again, see what
Definitely.
you guys think. And maybe we'll post some of these as questions to you guys on stories, too, so
Yeah.
you guys can give us your opinion.
For sure. For sure.
Yep.
For sure. We'll do it. We'll do it. Thank you guys so much for being here today. And make sure you like, follow, subscribe anywhere you like to listen to your favorite podcast before you go. That way you get notified as soon as we post our next video, which right now will be next Tuesday. Mini episodes will resume in a few weeks after we've read some Twilight books for the first time. So in case you didn't know about that, we are reading Twilight and we have some fables up in that. For that we'll link in the description box. We could also go to Fable and search Besties in the Books Club. Besties in the Book Club. There we go.
Besties in the book club. Yep.
Yeah. Besties in the books everywhere. Come hang out.
Yay!
Let's
Thanks,
chit chat.
guys.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.